What if the solution to malnutrition was already here and it is green? In Kenya's Rift Valley, students at Keriko Secondary School are farming it themselves.
This is an idea that was sold to us by our good friends, Engineer Without Borders Israel, together with the Israel Embassy, sometime back in November last year. And we have walked through this journey together. And now we started in a small way, but now we can talk of mass production as time goes by.
This is spirulina, a tiny vibrant algae packed with more protein than beef and more iron than spinach. It's becoming a new source of hope, transforming school meals and seeding a radical new vision for agribusiness.
Two of our teachers were taken for training by the Engineers Without Borders Israel, and after 2 or 3 weeks they were able to learn a lot, and they came back and established the whole project in our school.
This is a story of how a simple green pond is cultivating a brighter future for an entire community.
Spirulina is actually a superfood. It is microscopic. It is a biomass of a cyanobacteria. It's an example of a cyanobacteria plant. It is a superfood, and not just superfood, sound food, meaning food for human beings and also animals. Yeah, it is microscopic. It has got very thin filaments that float in water. It's actually microscopic, but it's green in color. It has chlorophyll just like other plants, and it manufactures food in presence of light, as you can see, but it's not grown in water. It is grown in a medium in which you've added fertilizers in some certain proportions. Spirulina needs 6 kinds of fertilizers. First, we have the sodium bicarbonate, we have the monopotassium phosphate, we have the potassium nitrate, we have the magnesium sulfate heptahydrate, then we have the 5th one, the sodium chloride. They're supposed to be 6. And then for the sodium bicarbonate, you do 10 grams in 1 liter. For potassium nitrate, you do 2 grams in 1 liter. Sodium chloride, you do 1 gram in 1 liter. And then for the remaining 3, monopotassium phosphate, you do 0.1 grams. Then we have the iron 2 sulfate heptahydrate, 0.1 gram. We started growing spirulina way back in 2022, November 26th there, after undergoing a rigorous training by the Engineers Without Borders Israel. It's courtesy of the Israel Embassy. We were trained because this is a unique crop that is being grown in deserts or areas where there is shortage of food. So they trained us and they showed interest in partnering and helping us to start growing spirulina here. So we started growing spirulina, the way we've said, in 2022. somewhere in November. We just merely started with 4 liters of spirulina in a small container. So we had those transparent pails. You can see them there. There is one here. Those 4 liters, and then we used to seed them after 3 days. You have to stir, measure the temperature, do the pH, the depths, and ensure that it's doing fine. You ensure the chemical proportion, the fertilizers are in the right proportions. The spirulina multiplies very fast. So within 3 days, it is already full. The filaments are very long and it's dense. So it needs much space for multiplication. So that's what we normally do. Like now for the 4 liters, after 3 days, we check in the microscope, we look at the denseness and the length of the filaments. And then for the 4 liters, I added 2 liters. I do the proportions of the fertilizer the way I told you. I prepare the culture. Then I add the 2 liters in 4 liters of spirulina at about 3 days, 4 days. In a series. It is sequential division, and you have to monitor the process hands-on because if you don't, it will collapse. So that's how it's been multiplying all along. Up to this time, I have now 8,000 liters of spirulina. When we underwent this training, we had a lot of interest because our students are in this school. They have to learn. Maybe in the future they would want to become spirulina farmers. Spirulina is of a great importance to us as human beings. It's a superfood, and so we recruited a club of about 60 students, and then we trained them. We passed the knowledge to them, and then they have been the ones who have been assisting to monitor spirulina, because I want to say actually a challenge in growing spirulina is you really have to be there for the spirulina. So we take the depth. You should the depth should not exceed 20 centimeters deep, and then we also measure the pH. It's supposed to be alkaline. It should operate from a pH of about 9 to 10, optimally 10.8. And then you also have to do the temperatures. When the temperatures drop or they are too high, you need to regulate, because if it is beyond that 8, you are going to denature. The plant is going to die. So those are the important maintenance of the spirulina. The one which is a desktop, the one which is very important to do here is agitation or stirring. Stirring is the most critical maintenance, a procedure that you must always do. And you should have a place you can see our book. We clog. We prepare a schedule that so and so you'll be in the greenhouse at this point, and then you stir. So when there is no power, we use our African sticks. You stir normally the way you stir porridge, but you're supposed to be very gentle. So you start at one point, and then you swirl in one direction. If it's clockwise, maintain clockwise gently. You stir as if you have the whole time in this world to stir, because you've already said the filaments of spirulina are very delicate. And when you break it into small pieces, you will not be able to trap it in the net during harvesting. They will be very small, so they will pass through the net. All that you have to attend to it, ensure there are no insects falling in. That's why it's being grown in the greenhouse. There should be no dust. It should be very clean, because this is ready food. What is being harvested here is actually the spirulina plant. Since it's microscopic, this is a special net. It has got very small openings which can be able to trap spirulina and then allow the filtrate. You can see actually what is coming out there is colorless, but what is going in is green. So after you have harvested, you see what they are doing? They are just facilitating to filtrate so that the process can be a little bit faster. These nets are special. They have got very small pores. So they trap the spirulina as a green pest, and then before you take it to the drying pan, you put in distilled water on a separate container so that you rinse. You rinse just like you have done carrots from the farm. You have to wash off the mud. So we rinse it and then we smear it on a drying pan like we've shown there into very thin covering so that it can dry very fast. So it dries into those particular flakes and then you can put them in airtight containers for storage. You can store them for about 2 years. Spirulina, we say it's a sound superfood. It contains like all that you need in a balanced diet. Proteins, very high percentage, carbohydrates, vitamins. And so spirulina comes in very handy, especially now when you see the kind of environments you are in. We don't eat balanced diet. So if you have kideri and you've crushed your spirulina, you just add 5 grams in the morning if it is kideri, if it is rice, chapati, mandazi, any kind of food, you add 5 grams, and then at lunchtime you add 5 grams, then in the evening 5 grams. Those kids who are suffering in, let's say, kwashiako, marasmus, ama wako na utapiamulo, it comes in handy because it's going to supplement, especially for young kids who are growing and they need nutrients for body growth. And then also those who are aged, you know, they need a lot of supplements. Spirulina comes in handy. And also spirulina, according to research, is also an alternative medicine. Like those who are suffering the issues to do with diabetes, pressure, and some lifestyle disease, those kind of things, spirulina comes in handy. And that's why spirulina now is becoming an alternative in our times.
It has the potential of addressing that issue of food insecurity because it has nutrients. It's very nutritious. Yeah. It's a kind of food supplement which can be added to the other foodstuffs, and therefore that's going to enhance, you know, the health of the people. Yeah. At the same time, apart from addressing the food insecurity, it's also a project for learning. You know, we have STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So this is going to enhance STEM learning in classroom because students will be coming here and then teachers will find it easy to facilitate the teaching, learning process, and students will be able to see practically what they're learning in class, not just, you know, learning the theory part, but also they also want to see the practical part.
I can pursue agriculture in future because you see, when we talk about spirulina, we are dealing with advanced agriculture, we are dealing with technological agriculture, and I believe it will be very possible with the exposure provided in Spirulina Club.
through the Spirulina Club, we had a chance to present to our Excellency, her Governor, Susan Keheka. She really enjoyed it, to explain to her about the benefits and how Spirulina is. And we were awarded a scholarship through Spirulina, which I can say is fantastic. Right now, we just aim at studying hard so we can use our scholarship.
For me, I look forward for these things spreading throughout to other schools and in the country, because we are already doing it, and we are going to expand our greenhouse and increase the pools because of the benefits of Spirulina, especially if we get licensed for public consumption. Yeah, but we are already consuming because it's ready food. Unless
we come down and think of creative ways on how to address food insecurity in Africa, here in Kenya, especially here where we are at the moment, we'll be facing serious, challenges related to, food shortage. Therefore, if this is well supported, this has the potential to address that, and I see this having, having the great future.
As we leave the beautiful landscapes of the Rift Valley, we carry with us a powerful message that a tiny organism can create a ripple of hope. For more stories like these, be sure to subscribe to the African Farming Journal. Don't forget to like and share this video as we grow our community and work to nourish the African continent.